Right, let's move on to talk about Burton. First off, did everybody come through okay from Tuesday night?
Injury-wise, yes. Illness, no.
So I guess it's one of those wait and see till the final moments on a lot of players, and that's not ideal, is it?
Yeah, well, it is what it is. We're quite good at getting on with things. Nobody's bad, but we'll know more. We've got a few days left, but yeah, it's not. It certainly doesn't help anybody.
And I guess you hope that everybody's okay, because then you do, have a fully fit squad, don't you, to choose from, and that's a great decision to make as a coach, isn't it? Who do you pick?
Yeah, it's been brilliant. So one thing that was obvious when I came into the club was the injury record and how poor it had been. The availability for players to train and play was really, really poor last year for whatever reason. I've no idea. There's a completely new medical team in, working with new people, and our biggest problem at the minute is we've actually got too many players. And when we look at the list every day, it's just green. So we're constantly having to modify things and do various different things. So, but it's a huge plus. We'd rather have too many players than too few.
And do you think that comes down to a culture and a mentality around the football club? The fact that there's been this turnaround and now everybody is available.
Yeah. So we've changed a lot. We literally just talking about it this morning. We had a meeting about. We were talking about Joe Walsh. It's how we train. Look, undoubtedly the biggest plus is the people who've come in. There's no doubt about that. So first and foremost, the credit has to go to the performance team and the medical team, and then it's around them buying into what I want to do as a coach, me buying into how they see the game. We're fortunately very aligned around hard work and what it looks like, and so I think we've had an outstanding pre-season from a physical point of view. And again, without repeating myself, we're massively aligned on how we see the game and what hard work looks like and what the structure of a session looks like. I'm big on staying in your lane, and that means if your job title is that, I'll let you do your job to the best of your ability and you let me do my job. But we're very much intertwined, so we've massively bought into the sports science programme, and all we try and do as a coach is be creative and adaptable to make sure we can fit the football around that. So I think in past, a lot of clubs are like, coaching first, I'm in charge, I do this, and we don't work like that here. We've always said, you give us the numbers, you tell us what you want, big areas, small areas, types of muscles we're working on. I take great pride in being a coach that can be adaptive and be creative and make sure that we can fit our football in around that, as long as it's not to the detriment of the club and what we're trying to do, and I don't think it ever should be. So I think if you're good at what you do with our coaching staff, that should be achievable.
Joe Walsh and Adam Jackson at the moment obviously managing the game time with them. Do you think there is a stage where we'll get to where you could see them playing 3 games in a week, or do you think it's just too risky at the moment?
We're having a meeting today on that. It's something I've talked about for some time now. That look, Joe's availability last year was 40%. This year it's through the roof. He's been injury free for 8 to 9 weeks. He's quite a quirky one, Joe. He's probably one of the toughest people I've ever met. He's like absolutely hard as nails. He's a warrior, and he's probably got a relatively fragile body. So it's about giving him the opportunity to build that up, to try and get his body to be around his mentality. For the last 8-9 weeks, he's been injury free. He's training well. He's on a modified program, and the conversation today is around risk assessment of what happens if we change. What does it look like? What are the parameters that we can change, or that we can maximise or stretch a little bit further? So we're having that conversation this afternoon.
Burton Albion score plenty at home, concede plenty at home, don't lose many at home. How difficult will Boxing Day be?
Incredibly. I said after the Tuesday game, I expect the game on Boxing Day to be as difficult as Southampton. Look, I was at Burton Barnsley won 2-0. There was absolutely nothing in it. The league is what it is. Everybody can beat everybody. We can beat anybody on any given day, and somebody can come and beat us on any given day. So hard working, good individuals. You know what you're going to get. Collectively good, score a lot of goals. Strikers, one of the top goal scorers in the league, score lots of late goals, and you can see in the way they play and how they do things. They're really well organised. You can see they're well coached. They're definitely a team that I look at, and I'm surprised they are where they are. And I'm sure Dino will feel that come the end of the season that will change. And when I look at them as a team, I believe that will change as well.
when you look at the 3 games over the festive period, 3 very different challenges, and the table could look very different for a lot of teams, couldn't it, when we get to January the 3rd?
Yeah, I think because of the games coming thick and fast, it's the same around that Easter period. There's so many points at stake in such a short period of time. I'm not sure who decided to give us that fixture list, but we've got it, and it is what it is. And at the end of the year, everybody's got to play each other twice, so we'll embrace that.